Topping today's news, the government signing a major contract for the Grand Bahama shipyard today. Free National Movement leader says they are ready to support the government in the fight against the Port Authority for $357 million. Two men left in critical condition after being shot late Wednesday night, and a primary school principal on North Andros refusing to go to work. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Jcn News. This is your JCN Evening News, and it is a pleasure to have you join us. Prime Minister Philip Davis was on Grand Bahama today for the launch of the Grand Bahama Shipyard Redevelopment and Expansion Project. He said it is a capital investment of some $665 million, which is of critical importance to Grand Bahama. According to the Prime Minister, it is an investment that will repair crucial infrastructure and be a catalyst for the island's economy, while reaffirming Grand Bahama's prominent role in the maritime industry and regional and transatlantic shipping hub, ranked among the top shipping operations in the world. The project will see the Grand Bahama Shipyard dry docking facility expanded with two new docks that are capable of servicing Icon and Oasis class cruise ships. Based on its capacity, this operation will be the top cruise ship and large vessel repair facility in the world. According to Prime Minister Davis, in 5 years, some 1,200 employees will benefit from gainful employment at the shipyard, the majority of whom will be full-time Bahamian workers. Once fully up and running, the shipyard is expected to provide a total economic output of $350 million. During a press conference at their Mackey Street headquarters on Wednesday, opposition leader Michael Pintard was asked what would the F&M do if the fight between the Grand Bahama Port Authority and the government over the $357 million the Davis administration says is owed is still going on if the F&M wins the government. Mr. Pintard answered like this.
Again, we don't know what is outstanding, but if money is outstanding, we don't have to wait for the change of government. We will stand with the government today. If it is verified that monies are owed, that we will explore the options to get the money back. I mean, that's straightforward for us. So we don't have to be elected to do that. We're saying today, we will stand with this government. So we are parliamentarians, we have some parliamentarians here. You mean you can't lay the document? You can't call even in private and say, listen, here's the document. I want you to see this so that when you speak, you don't misspeak. We only ask the government to be transparent, share the information. There may be no daylight between us. What we will not be doing, though, is having fights in the public domain ahead of even educating the public about what the conflict is.
The government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority are currently locked in arbitration over that $350 million for infrastructural works and other services which the Grand Bahama Port Authority says it owes nothing. Also, during the F&M's press conference, Mr. Pintard reacted to Prime Minister Davis, who, while on Grand Bahama on Tuesday, referred to him as being a water boy for the Grand Bahama Port Authority because of his perceived lack of support for residents of Grand Bahama who are fighting the Port Authority on a number of issues, including better management of the city of Freeport and a rejection to another base rate increase on electricity. Mr. Pintard reacted like this.
All we've been doing is fighting. He has not yet laid out a plan for the future of Grand Bahama. We have said openly, divest, because we don't believe that you have the wherewithal to transform Grand Bahama. That's what we've said to the owners. Does that sound like somebody who's carrying water for anyone? Only people I carrying water for is the folks in Eleuthera who can't get water from this government.
That was Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard. And finally, in this segment from the crime beat, two men are hospitalized in critical condition following a shooting incident that occurred on Yonge Street, that's between East Street and Market Streets, on Wednesday night. Police were alerted to reports of gunshots being discharged on Yonge Street around 11:30 p.m. and upon their arrival, they found a 29-year-old man lying in the street suffering from apparent gunshot injuries to his upper body and requested emergency medical services, who subsequently transported the victim to the hospital. While at the hospital, officers discovered another victim, a 27-year-old male who had sustained gunshot wounds to his upper body and right extremities. He had been taken to the hospital in a private vehicle prior to the arrival of the police. According to preliminary reports, both victims were standing on Young Street when two unknown males, one of whom was armed with a firearm, approached them and fired multiple gunshots in their direction, resulting in them being shot. The culprits fled the area on foot, making good their escape. You're listening to JCN News. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back after these commercials.